My great-grandfather first started coming, he came over here in the late 1800s and he had a farm at Apple Tree Creek. And then my grandfather, John Taylor, he came over here in the early 1900s. This farm was bought in 1961 and this is the farm that my father had. And then I bought my first farm, cane farm, and that was it when I was 23 years old. With my son, we grow roughly around the 12,000 tonne of cane each year.
Yeah, we've got about 4.5 hectares of soybeans here, just grown as a fallow crop, just to grow something in the year we're not growing cane, and adds nitrogen to the soil and grows a bigger cane crop next year. Yeah, they're just drying off at the moment. Be harvested in a couple of weeks. We expect to harvest probably about 15 to 20 tonne off this block.
We've diversified over the years because I realised when my son came on the farm that we had to, sugar's always the backbone of the place, but I've had a lot of bad years and a lot of drought years. So first off we started into tomatoes, and then we had sweet potatoes, and then we got into tree crops, mangoes, lychees, and then later on avocados.
My role in the business is the accommodation side of things, and we started that in about 2004 with just 2 small cabins. The families love to come along, the children love to get out and play with our dog Honey. In 2003 we opened up to sell mangoes to the public, and that has just sort of grown over the years to my making mango jam, mango chutney and dried mango, those sort of products.
We started fish farming about 9 years ago. This was really probably towards to keeping my son on the farm. All his mates were going out the mines, so I believe there was a future in fish farming. It was a very high risk industry, but I believe we had the ideal setup here. We had a unique situation on this farm, that we've got long rows of red soil cane up the top. We could get rid of our wastewater, and we had good clay through the rest of it down the bottom here. We started off with 1 pond 9 years ago, and then we experimented with it, and the next year after that we put another 3 ponds in, gave us 4. So the money we got from 4 ponds, we put another 6 in, and now we've expanded up to where we are now, and we've got 24 grow out ponds. They're roughly averaging a bit over 4,000 square metres each, and then we've got 4 small ponds for red claw or eel maybe later on.
This is our fish feeder we've developed, much larger feeder to hold 800 kilos of feed instead of 200, because we're feeding about 1,200 kilos a day at times.
And then we've got also a large 1.3 hectare turkey's nest, which holds about 45 megalitres of water, and we have that stocked with barramundi for our farm stay.
We get several men who come down regularly from Gladstone just to go fishing for the weekend, have a boys' weekend. And a lot of people who've never caught a barramundi before enjoy the pleasure of going down to our dam and having a go at catching some of the really big fish that we've got in the dam, some up to 1 metre. We've been fortunate enough to have small family groups to come. We've had a small wedding, a golden wedding anniversary, an engagement party, even a family reunion where they came here and had a luncheon. Last year Pilot Light Productions were out here and put on their musical review, which was a very lovely afternoon, and people enjoyed the outdoor atmosphere for the show. About 90 people came.
We won the Australian Farm of the Year Diversification Award. That was in 2011 to 2012. That was a great award to get. It wasn't an award that I got. First thing I said, this award's not for me, it's for my family. At the moment, we're running on the farm. We've got about 90,000 large fish, probably from about 1/2 kilo up to 1.5 kilos. We're just going through taking the big ones out, and then we've got just on 160,000 small fish.
Yep, I developed this dragnet reel for reeling in the net when we're harvesting fish. Just makes things a lot more labour efficient and need a lot less people running around, and it's pretty hard to find people to come out for a few hours for harvesting fish once a week, so make things a bit quicker. This is our fish elevator for when we're harvesting. Once again, it just makes it a lot easier and less labour intensive.
We mainly deal in silver perch, although we are starting to change to jade perch. Last year we put out roughly around a 35 tonne, 37 tonne. This year should be getting close to 50 tonne. Next financial year we believe we should be around the 80, 85 tonne a year.
In our fish farming side of the business, I am probably the main packer, and yeah, we pack and send fish to Sydney and Melbourne on ice, so it's my job to do the packing of those fish.
We've got 3 large generators on the farm, so when the power goes out, these generators automatically start up within about 7 seconds, and they run the whole farm. We also have our own ice machine, so we're independent. We go down to Brisbane twice a week, and we roughly take down about 1.25 tonnes. Our markets are in Brisbane and also Sydney and also down in Melbourne. So we send to the Sydney market twice a week, and we send to the Melbourne market usually every week, but sometimes a fortnight. It's a growing market, I believe. It's a very high risk market that we're involved in. A lot of things can happen with your water quality. All our wastewater on the farm is used to irrigate the cane, so we find the nutrients in the water is good for the cane. On this farm here, we've reduced our fertiliser cost by 25%.
I enjoy farming, just something that I see myself continuing to do in the future. I think there's a excellent future in fish farming because they're harvesting them unsustainably in the ocean.
In the Childers area, we believe we've got some of the best farming country in Australia, and I believe in the world. It can grow anything, and it'd be good to see young people taking over from where us older ones are going to leave off.